Here we are going to continue with the workbook for the expansion, units 1 to 3. Here the first exercise talking about, filling in the gaps with the correct word. Complete the sentences with the words from the box. Look at the example. My mother is the most nurturing person I know. She loves, taking care of our family. Number 1, you can try. Yes.
Can I try?
Yes, Yanat.
He was such a small child that people sometimes thought he was a baby.
In which page you are reading? Look at your
أنا فكرت 30.
page, 31. Number 1.
Okay.
Now, read it.
Now that all the children have grown up and moved away, Iris and Lou have decided to downsize. They are going to sell their big house and buy a small condo.
Good. They are going to sell their big house and buy a small condo. Condo here means, a small house, apartment, flat. That's it. So they are going to sell their big house and buy a small condo. Number 2. Who can try? John hates. Yes.
John hates driving through tunnels. They make him feel closed in and claustrophobic.
Good. Claustrophobic. Good. He would rather take a longer, route just to avoid them. Number 3. Who can try? Ahmed Azam, are you here? Read.
Okay. Abdullah thinks he is going to win the talent competition, but if you ask me, he needs a reality check.
Good.
Because
there are lots of people in it who are far more talented than him. Good. Number 4, Sharif. I'm going on a trip to Argentina now.
Yes.
Next month. Yes. And I am
I'm going on a trip to Argentina next month, and I'm
psyched.
I can't wait.
Good. Number 5, Uday. Read, Uday.
Yes, teacher.
Read
There were lots of
spectators, yes.
Spectators at the football game last night. The whole town came out to watch the game.
Good, came out to watch the game. Okay, write quickly, the words, and let's move to the number 6 on another page. My mother is the most, etc. Write them, please. Number 6. Who can try? James.
Can I try?
Yes, Abdurrahman.
James is so
quirky.
شو معناتها؟
It's quirky, weird. Means weird.
Weird, okay. James is so quirky. You just never know what to expect.
He's really one of a kind. Difficult to deal with him. Quirky.
Yes.
You just never know what to expect. He's really one of a kind. Good, thank you. Number 7, there is a slide. Who can read it? Muhammad Taysir, are you here?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, please read.
There's a fly keeps buzzing around me, and it won't stop. I'm really getting
irritated.
Where's the insect spray?
Good. Where is the insect spray? Number 8. Yes, who can try? Abdullah Amin, are you here?
نعم أستاذ.
Yes, please. Clark just got
Clark just got a
killer.
Clark just got a killer new snowboard. He's already planned. He's already planned to go to the mountain this weekend. He can't wait to try it out.
Good, thank you. Number 9. Who can read? Sahar really loves children and she is, interested in the medical field. I think it is easy. Sharif.
Okay. Sahar really loves children and she's interested in the medical field. So she decided to become a
Yes.
pediatric
Nurse.
nurse.
Good. Related to medical children. Good. Then number 10. Can try. Yes, who can read?
Can
Ahmed, yes, this is what a genuine.
Yes, this is
Big.
a genuine pearl. You can tell it's real because if you rub it against your teeth, it feels gritty.
Good. If you are outside, number 11. If you are outside and you hear or see a thunderstorm, you should find what? I think we have the last word. You should find what? Shelter. However, you should never get under a tree. Okay, try to write the rest of the, sentences from 6 to 11. And then move to the next page. Page 32. Okay. So size B. Put the new adjective in the correct place. You remember when we talked about the order of adjectives? We start with the opinion adjectives, then the size, then I think the age, after that the color, the nationality, and the last the material. Look at the example. Janet is a little girl. So here we have to put the adjective polite with the sentence. Janet is a polite little girl. Polite expresses an opinion, so it comes at the first. Janet is a little girl. Janet is a polite little girl. Number 1.
Can
Now
I
we move to
try?
you. Yes, that's a nice car.
That's nice. That's a nice new car.
Good. Here, new, because talking about the age, new. Nice is an opinion, so it will be that's a nice new car. Number 2, who can try? Leather must becomes must comes at the
Can I
end.
try, teacher?
Must come at the end of the. Yes.
I can't find my black leather shoes.
Good. I can't find my black. Good. Leather shoes. Black, it is with a color, and leather refers to what? To material. It comes at the end of the sentence. I cannot find my black leather shoes. Number 3. Yes, who can try?
Can I try, teacher?
Yes.
The little penguin jumped into the water, black and white and cute. Uh, the cute apostrophe little black and white penguin jumped into the water.
Good. The cute little black and white, penguin jumped into the water. Cute expresses an opinion. Little, the size. Black and white colors. then you continue the sentence. Number 4, I bought a beautiful chair. Yes. Okay, read. Read يا عدي.
Yes, I bought a beautiful chair. I bought a beautiful French velvet chair.
Velvet chair, good. I bought a beautiful French velvet chair. Yes, number 5. And do it. Sharif.
Okay. The grey mouse ran into a hole. The frightened little grey mouse ran
Little
into a
gray.
house,
Good.
into a hole.
Gray is a killer, so it comes at the end of the sentence. So it will be the frightened little gray mouse ran into a hole. My old bike is ready to retire. My you can read.
هذا جواب.
Yes. Yes, Abdurrahman, read.
تمام. 6. My old bike is ready to retire. Racing blue. My old blue racing bike
Blue.
ready to retire.
Thank you. My old blue racing bike is ready to retire. So this is about, exercise B. Let's move to the next exercise, exercise C. Here we are going to read, the situations, the scenario for each one, and we have to complete with 2 or enough. Look at the example. It has been snowing for days. It's cold out and you are sick of being stuck inside. It's difficult to walk anywhere because there is so much snow on the ground. So here we can what? Use 2 and enough for, complaining. It's snowing too much, or we can say there is not enough to do. Who can read the first situation about Faisal on a football team? Who can read? Yes. Abdurrahman Saadi, are you here? Ashraf? Ashraf, are you here? Abdullah Amin? Abdullah? Yes, read this first one.
Faisal is on a football team. He has practice every day for 3 hours. He likes football, but he is starting to get behind at school because he doesn't have any time to study.
Good. So we can say there are too many practices, or I don't have enough time to study. So we use too and enough. Good. Faisal is on a football team. He has a practice every day for 3 hours. He likes football, but he's starting to get behind. Yes, he jokes around. Number 2.
Can I read?
Yes, read.
Kevin thinks he's really funny. He's always telling jokes, even when his friends are upset and need advice. He jokes around.
Good. Read the answers. He tells too many
أول
jokes.
he tells too many jokes. He's not serious enough.
Good. The third one, who can read? Yanal.
Your parents just bought a new house. It's really a bit big, which is nice, but you are sleeping on the first floor and they are sleeping on the third floor. You are frightened.
Good.
The house is too
Read.
big.
The house is too big.
My parents aren't close enough to me.
Good, thank you. My parents aren't close enough to me. Write them quickly. And if you finish, go to exercise D, please. We're talking about the gerund. Complete each sentence. Use a gerund as the subject of each sentence and a present participle as an adjective. Look at the example. Is amusing. Watching comedies is amusing. Number one, who can make a sentence? Here, the sentences will be different from one to another. Skateboarding. Yes, Abdurrahman.
Skateboarding is fun.
Very good. Skateboarding is fun. Is, exciting. Is dangerous. Exciting here. Yes, dangerous, etc. Going to the basketball game. Can try. Is entertaining. Is enjoyable. Is embarrassing. Look at the example. Falling down is embarrassing. Is disappointing. Yes, failing in an exam is disappointing. Yes, sir.
Uh,
Read. Getting a bad grade.
نعم.
Read number 4, please.
Getting a bad grade is disappointed. لا أنا كنت بحكي شغلة تانية بس يلا.
Good. Winning a gold medal. Winning a gold medal is exciting. Is amazing. Number 6. Being alone is boring. Watching the news is boring. Having, a lot of homework is boring. So we have different answers here. Write them quickly. And if you finish, go to page 34. I think, 33, we did it yesterday. Exercise E and F.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. I think we did exercise E using the superlative and the present perfect. And exercise F, circle the correct adjectives. Now here we have to read the account of a real incident that caused a lot of laughter and answer the questions. Someone is talking about, an incident which caused a lot of, let us say, laughing. Read it quickly and try to find the answers for the questions from 1 to 8. Who can read the first paragraph quickly? Sharif?
And
Yes,
I read.
Sharif.
And I
Sharif.
Okay. My father was sitting at his desk, talking to a patient.
He was a dedicated medical doctor and used to get very absorbed in his work. This often prevented him from noticing often mundane things around him, such as untidiness, worn out hinges, nails that were about to come off the wall, etc.
Good. Okay, read the second paragraph. Abdullah Amin. Abdullah Amin, are you here?
Can I read, teacher?
Read, yeah, Abdulaziz.
Okay.
Anyway, he started looking for some medication.
Anyway, he started looking for some medication that he had left on his desk. He was obviously not happy when he realized that someone must have gone into tidy up in his absence. Uh, Against his express wishes not to touch anything on his desk. Feeling quite annoyed, he banged his hand on the desk, uh, upon
Upon.
which the patient was startled and jumped up as a large painting that was on the wall over my father's chair and desk. Come down was a rapid ribbit when it landed on his head and ended up resting on his shoulders like a huge rectangular color
Rectangular.
for color. Fortunately, he was not hurt. It was a very old oil painting, and the canvas must have been quite fragile.
Fragile. Good, thank you. Who wants to continue? The patient. Yes. Ahmed. Ahmed Azam.
Okay. The patient, who was initially horrified, stood there trying to suppress his laughter with my father glaring at him, livid with anger, until he stole a look in the mirror diagonally opposite his desk and saw himself colored by the painting. With his head sticking out, he started laughing so hard they couldn't get the painting off him. And as this kind of laughter happens to be quite infectious, everyone who was there witnessing the couldn't
Yes.
stop laughing. He later said that the sight was so surreal he could not help himself. He never had another painting above his desk after that, but would chuckle for months when he entered his office and saw the mark on the wall. He let
Good.
someone paint the wall nearly a year later.
Good. Thank you. Now look at the questions. Let's answer them quickly. Where did the incident take place? Where did the incident take place? I think it happened where? In the doctor's water clinic or office. At a doctor's office. Who were the people involved? You know, the patients and the doctor and the patient. What caused the painting to fall? You know, the banking on the disc and the loose nail. Did anyone get hurt? No, not really. What was the doctor's initial reaction? He was lived with anger. He was very angry. What caused him to start laughing? You know, uncontrollably, because he is seeing himself in the mirror, colored by painting with his head sticking out. Why do you think he wanted, let us say, to keep the mark on the wall to remind him of the incident? What would you have done if here we have the, let us say, answers will be different. Try to write them quickly, please. Try to write them. If you finish, Go to the next page, 35. Now let's move to the next. Here we are going to look at the picture and try to write as many words as we can. Then using the words to write sentences. Write as many words as you can about what you see in the picture. Write your words under each heading below, then write sentences about the picture using some of your words. You realize that this is what a mall. Here we have, let us say, shoppers, a lot of stores, big mall, brands, etc. Naming words, nouns, action words like verbs, describing words, adjectives, place words like, where, time words, when. Here, some of these are just examples. You can write different words. People, crowd, stores, etc. About the verbs, walk, look at, watch, buy, shop. Adjectives, busy, big, noisy, expensive, cheap, etc. Where, mall, stores, staircase, elevators. Time, midday, early, late. Now here we are going to write sentences using some of these words. Here we have examples. Number one, the shopping mall was very crowded last Saturday at midday. There were people standing, walking, talking, and hurrying about. The mall has been decorated with lots of twinkling lights. Even the palm trees are covered in lights. Write them, please, in your box on page 35.